Morning, everybody. First, I thought I'd like to share my view with you of just how beautiful this day is. But I wanted to bring something that God had just shown me to light for others that may be going through the same process. I was reading in John chapter 15, where Yeshua was talking about the fact that when you're a branch in Him, that you're going to produce fruit, and those branches that produce fruit sometimes have to be pruned back. And I remember looking over at these plants probably a while back, and I had pruned these plants. I had cut them back because basically they were taking over the house, and they were pretty gargantuan. And I also remember that this plant here, this tree, was hit with another tree that had fallen, and it was down to basically this one little ring of branches right here, and now you can see this. And you know, there's other places where we've done some pruning. But I'm going to go out to my grapevine and kind of look at that a little bit as well. But what I noticed was he mentioned, so I'm going to read it again. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away, and every branch that does produce fruit, He prunes so that it may bear more fruit. There may be things going on in your life where you feel like your position in ministry or what you're doing in ministry is really successful. You may feel like, man, I'm really bringing a lot of people to Christ, and I'm able to live out those callings on my life, and so everything is going great. And then all of a sudden things change, and it doesn't feel as successful a ministry, or may not feel as successful in what you're doing for Christ, and you might feel that maybe things have been changed or taken away from you. And I would think that if you're a plant, or you're a vine, or you're in some kind of garden, and the vine dresser comes and starts cutting off branches that would have produced fruit, but weren't the right direction for you to grow, or weren't the right direction for the vine to move to. I imagine that vine would feel as though maybe the vine had done something wrong, or maybe the vine would feel as though there's undue stress being put on it, by being cut. And I imagine those plants did too. I know it sounds weird to say that plants have feelings, but my point is, if you're the vine and He's pruning you, you may not be so happy about the pruning that He's doing. You may not like the fact that He's cutting away branches that that the vine dresser doesn't want you to go down, the directions He doesn't want you to go. He's stopping you from going that direction, even though you could have produced as much fruit or even more in that direction. It's not the direction the vine dresser wants you to go. Now think about that for a second. It's interesting to me. The branches that don't produce fruit are completely thrown off and eventually burned, which is, I think that's an easy interpretation. But it's the vine that He prunes that I think, if you're following Christ, that you need to recognize there'll be times of pruning. And what does that mean? Cutting you back, right? Cutting you back so you can produce more fruit. Well, you want that. Even though it may not feel like it when it happens, you want that. Because at the end, He says He prunes it so that it may bear more fruit. Bear more fruit. If you find yourself in that time of pruning, and you get frustrated, and you get angry, and you start to really regret things you've done, or you get to a place where it just kind of feels low, that's understandable. You're being pruned. It doesn't always mean that it's sin being knocked off of you. It also means that the vine dresser is putting you in a place where you'll grow the way the vine dresser wants you to grow. And you may not exactly like that in the beginning. You may not like the change that the vine dresser puts you in. That's okay. Eventually you'll learn that it is the place that you would have rather gone. Sometimes it's hard to notice it while things are being trimmed. It's hard to notice it when you're being cut back. But if you pay close attention, he has bigger plans, he has better plans, and he has different plans than you. And those plans will be much better for you than if you were to continue the direction that you were growing. It's a weird one. That's what God gave me today, guys. Love y'all. God bless.